I think Xiaoyi might actually be playing that Tinker. Sorry, that Spirit Breaker on the position 4, and maybe that's Jinkyu playing mid in this game.
True,
possibly.
they do that as well, don't they? Yeah.
But in terms of who I think is going to win, I think T1's probably got this game. LGD, their draft is too high IQ for me. I can't really comprehend it. So, you know, when you don't understand something, you got to go against it, right? That's just...
Finally, bring down the Leviathans of LGD. Let's find out if they can manage that in this game 1 brought to you by B-Cup and Mofara.
Thank you very much, Nomad, coming into this first game of the day, day number 2. It should be a good one. Should be a fun one with LGD. Where's Xiaoyi gonna be, Mo? I gotta know. What are you thinking right now?
I'd be more persuaded in the Spirit Breaker +4 this game, I would assume.
You think so?
Tinker +4 is really fun to watch. So honestly, you know, I'm happy with either.
It's just expanding the Jinkyu hero ocean that he's got going on.
I'm really excited to see what this silencer does in this game, honestly, for me. Obviously, it's something they've theory crafted against the Shadow Demon in particular. These defensive supporters don't like playing against the global.
30 seconds.
You know, you pop that ult, all of a sudden the defensive supports, if they don't have any way of taking off global, they don't really offer a huge amount in that time span. And then they pick Omni Knight into it as well. And I'm like, oh god, like this silencer all of a sudden looks really good for this game, right? So it'd be interesting to see how T1 approach team fights in particular as well, and if they can make the most of the downtime of global.
Little do we know it's Y actually going mid. That would be the wrench and the game changer.
You'd love to see it. Yeah, it looks like it's going to be the Tinker mid.
And it should be Y. I thought he's only throwing the spray, but I'm pretty certain they threw their ward down first and saw this ward get placed mid.
Mm-hmm.
And it's going to be Jinkyu, yeah, like you said, over mid. So we'll see who comes to D-ward this mid one.
This Spirit Breaker's game looks really good though as well for Xiaoyi, in the sense that I think he has 2 lanes to play with between mid and bot that he can have relatively decent kill potential with. Like, with the Necro, you have this really strong lane against the double melee, right? And then if he ever charges mid, the Tinker has so much burst damage that they can work with.
Faith Beyond to start. It was actually T1 who placed their ward first, so they do know that there's a mid ward, or should know there's a ward over mid, and get some gold off of. Faith Beyond already losing his courier to Whitemon. Question of the day is what's he eating during the draft? Meanwhile, first answer of the day is who's going to get first blood, and it's going to be Zephyr.
That was with poison as well. They didn't even have their level 2s. Like, it wasn't a disruption into a spear or anything. He just died to poison and right clicks.
I wonder if Cuckoo may have caught him with a quelling blade and cut him out of the tree.
There's innocence in trouble as well.
Yeah, I think he might just be dead too, especially if this last one hits. And yeah, Zephyr all of a sudden 2 kills in his top lane. Not the lane that I exactly thought was going to go upside down real quickly for LGD.
Oh, what a heavenly grace. Takes off the dash straight away. Whitemon a psychic. He knew. Yeah, I agree. This top lane, I didn't think it was going to go this poorly at the start. Giving away 2 kills so early as well. Really beneficial to T1. They're going to have that big level advantage.
I'm going to spring down, and last word out on a Cuckoo. And at least for the moment, Y is going into the Arcane Curse and the last word harassment instead of Glaives. And I think we've seen a lot of silencers kind of skip Glaives earlier on.
You can't really trade with the Shadow Demon that well though, right? He's just going to stack the poison on you anyway.
Ooh. Primal Spring, that's going to land. Last word comes out, and there's a kill for Y.
And all of a sudden, those 2 deaths don't matter anymore because the silent gets +2.
No, he doesn't.
Easy peasy. Oh, is it attached to Glaives? Oh no.
Yeah.
Oh no. Should have leveled Glaives. I take it all back.
Should have leveled Glaives. Never gonna. And so that's what I think I've been noticing is that like you skip Glaives for a while, and then like you don't get these +2s in these early kills. And it makes this massive difference. Although Whitemon in some trouble. Stormhammer thrown over onto Faith Beyond. Whitemon.
Oh, I completely forgot to touch the
5 stick charges.
I'm so sorry, Twitch chat. I didn't mean it.
So, come on, Twitch chat. Give him the business.
Lovely people. Yeah, they'll be fine.
I'll give him the business. Let him hear it.
I told you I'm a changed man, B-Cup. I told you yesterday.
Why? Because you're a mod and not a man of the people.
Yeah. Karl having a really good laning stage mid so far, slightly out CSing the Tinker, to be expected. You know, the thing is with the laser on Tinker, it's really good against certain heroes, right? But against the Lesh, even if he gets blinded up, he can still last it with the lightning. So,
ooh.
Oh god, the bash.
No more mana really here for White Man. He's got 5 stick charges, but Jowie just needs, what, 1 more bash?
Oh, he cuts down the tree on Cuckoo.
And that'll stun up Ame, and Zephyr and Cuckoo trying to get a kill here onto this silencer once again. Arcane Curse, Zephyr getting low. He'll die after killing off Y, so it will be a trade.
Solo XP for the Monkey King. Nice one. Yeah, something else we should say about this lane that we haven't mentioned yet. Obviously, having the curse up against the Shadow Poison spam stops him from just being able to constantly use it over and over again, right? Because the curse just stacks up in time.
Yeah, and he's got a level 2 already. And I like the Arcane Curse, the Silence Penalty Multiplier. He put that on with the last word. White Mon going down bottom to Faith Beyond. We're playing a little bit of Necro mid. Been pretty fun. Enjoy this hero quite a lot, especially you get that feeling of that Reaper Scythe, always a good time. Meanwhile, Spear comes out into Ame, and that'll lock him up for a second, and Cuckoo just standing there and allowing that Jingu to go off as Ame's looking to maybe get the kill here on the Zephyr. Boundless Strike, Primal Spring, all coming through, and now they land a Spear on Y, but the damage now, got the silence on the Zephyr, but he's getting helped out by Cuckoo with that bottle, so he gets a sip, takes a sip.
Yeah, they missed the curse from the silencer onto the Shadow Demon there, otherwise they might have found the kill. And now Monkey King Ame,
he's in trouble, but they've got the Arcane Curse. They're putting the damage on. Karl gets a solo kill on Jinky while this is going on, and Ame ends up dropping in the top lane. This is all while bottom. They're going after 23, and they'll get the kill onto the Sven. Zephyr falls over to Y, and there's kills all over the map.
I can't believe the Observer didn't catch all 4 kills at once there. That's unbelievable.
Oh! Now he's got the glaives.
Never in doubt.
Now he can start getting +2s.
And they're going to keep pressure. This is what I was saying with the laning stage as well. The Split Breaker has so much kill potential in this lane. It gets to like the level 4, level 5 mark on the Necro. You just have so much like constant harass potential. Especially into the double strength lane. Another bash? Haste. Any bashes? No? Okay. Oh god, here comes Karl.
Disruption, they don't even chasing him. Oh boy.
They don't even have to use the stun there because they know he has no more charge as well. So, easy peasy. But these side lanes have gone so well for LGD so far. Bot lane especially, but the top lane, it looked like it was going to have this really difficult start, but they've managed to recover it nicely. Faith Beyond.
3 heroes down bottom for T1. Charge coming out from
level 6.
Yeah, Sven might be in some trouble. Ooh. Reaper Scythe didn't get the kill, and now can they kill off 23? Jinkyu's down here, so they'll at least get that. They brought 4 heroes down bot for LGD, but Karl comes in, and he's silenced. Pulse Nova going off. They've got the Heavenly Grace. They'll chase down the Tinker. Silencer trying to do all he can to get a kill here, but now Zhao 8's going to fall too. So 4 heroes come bottom, 4 heroes leave bottom, all in a body bag.
I mean, that is the problem with LGD's draft in general, though, is they have all this damage output right from like Jinky and things, but their lockdown is so lacking that when it gets to this point where the Necro wants to be dealing the damage, Tinker wants to be dealing damage, they have no heroes to keep them still. So like this Lesh is able to just run in, and especially when you have Heavenly Grace on you, you don't really stop the Lesh from just controlling the whole fight. Just doing whatever he wants.
Charge, Karl. He's in some trouble here. Zhao 8 needs to be careful with how far he's chasing. And they're unable to get this kill on the Leshrac.
Just out of range of the laser on Karl there. That was very close. Leshrac gonna have to take the regen room, but that's absolutely fine. As long as the Lesh doesn't get him.
Arena down, Jinkyu caught. Jinkyu looking very dead here. They're gonna bring over Y once again. Karl looking to charge through mid. He's got some help from Whitemon too.
Again, like how
they're charging in. And I just, they have Purification, they have the Heavenly Grace, which was put on a creep, but still, they'll get that kill on a Zhao 8.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Honestly, the fact that Karl's able to just run down mid with Cuckoo, and they can't really do anything about it. This is what we were saying. Like, Cuckoo's able to just walk under the tier 1 arena and spear the Tinker, and the Tinker dies. Because they have no counterplay. The only like stun they have is charge. And unfortunately, it was already used. So, that's just the way it is. They really need the level 6 on this silencer as well.
A tithe to the impurity.
Are scanning.
All these kills, it's only a 1k lead at the moment.
Yeah, but I mean, it felt like it was going really well for LGD a second ago, and all of a sudden they just get run over in that bot fight. Lose a couple of heroes mid.
Yeah, it's like 6 kills for T1 in the last 2 engagements.
And the Tinker's really far behind now as well. If you look at the net worth, he's struggling a lot. Going first starting Blink as well, before the boots or anything.
Zhao 8's charging into Karl, and this has just been a bad plan every time, it seems.
Here comes
to get the spear out on a Faith Beyond the arena. Boundless Strike, Cuckoo in trouble. Cuckoo very dead. Faith Beyond, he did have the Reaper Scythe, didn't have the range to get in and use it. They're gonna look over at Zephyr and try to get themselves a +1, and that should probably lead to the tier 1 tower bottom going down too, with creeps pushing in on it, and 3 heroes being here. So a decent move there for LGD, but still T1. We've got Karl going out of control, 5-0-3, 23. He had used God Strength before. He's got it back up again. He was using it to farm up in the jungle as he's kind of trying to hide away and elude any pressure coming out from LGD, as his lane didn't exactly go too swell, but it wasn't like awful.
Yeah, I mean, this Lesh, the Karl on the Lesh is the hero that's becoming a really big problem for LGD, right? Especially when people talk about this Sven Omni a lot, and we have over the last little while with the series yesterday as well, but I think Lesh Omni is equally as terrifying, if not more.
Now, the Lesh Omni seems to be a gross combo. Zhao 8's kind of throwing his head literally at them, and they seem to be a wall.
The only thing you would say about the Lesh Omni is the Lesh wants to basically just be charging in and getting in the middle of the fights. Omni obviously not wanting to do that so much. Stay a distance a little bit more, so sometimes it can be a bit difficult. But look at these stacks taking for 22 Savage.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Using that God Strength, cleaning all up. He's going what? Echo Saber, Blink, BKB?
Yeah, that seems to be the typical build at the moment, is you go the Master Madness and the Echo Saber.
Yeah, and then you dismantle the Echo Saber.
And you can see he has the Shard queued up as well, which is obviously really good against the Necro, because it dispels off the Ghost Shroud. And it can dispel off the Jingu from the Monkey King as well, which is pretty good. And it reduces the cooldown, so why not? Oh, swinging a miss on the spear.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Luckily, you get 3 strikes in baseball. Spear missing. His game with the Blink Dagger first isn't exactly going to speed up here.
Regeneration.
No, but he does have the keen conveyance, so.
I mean, the problem with the new Tinker, right, is that you don't farm anywhere near as quickly as you used to because you don't have March. Obviously, lasers AoE, which helps, but
yeah.
Army, what just happened?
Gonna get caught here, going to the Wukongs, but he uses it and immediately dies. They've got the Reaper Scythe now thrown on a Cuckoo. It ends up being a 1-for-1 so far. They'll chase Zephyr, should be able to get that kill. He'll disrupt himself. Zhao 8 ready for when he pops out. and they want to get this kill. It takes a lot longer than I thought they were thinking it would take for them.
Dire's top tower.
And they finally get themselves a second, but they lose Ame. And again, you're taking out Ame. InQ, like you were saying, without the March of the Machines, it's not as easy to farm. He's using that laser to farm.
Yeah, which is your farming capability now. I mean, at 20 minutes, he'll get the shard and it'll give him the march again. But I will say 23 Savage wasn't even in that fight, right? Like, he's pushing top lane the whole time. So effectively taking a 4 versus 5 and still killing Ame on the Monkey King is more than okay.
This is why you're not seeing Tinker exactly in these prime positions. No March, he's just not farming nearly as quick.
It's still a potent hero, though. Like, the fact that you don't need to go BOTs anymore is such a...
Saves you some gold.
A big upgrade as well.
And the King Conveyance is quite nice.
I have a decent amount of Tinker games, but when I try to play it again, you have to get used to the hotkeys a little bit. Like, it's a bit weird, right? Happens on, you know, many heroes over time, but I think it's a cool change.
Would you have been alright with it if they just added King Conveyance to be like his shard or something? Or is that
no,
just, I guess that's...
You wouldn't have got the free TP until 20 minutes, right? And then it's just...
Radiant's middle tower.
The hero feels awful then.
Yeah.
It'll be interesting to see how much the defense matrix can do this game as well, because obviously the status of Citizens is pretty solid. And
ends up being just as good as Heavenly Grace at level 4, right?
Yeah.
Well, actually, it's 50.
Well, you don't get the strength, but...
Well, no, I just got the status resistance, but Alistair comes in to get the arena down. They're going to go to the Wukong's command. The global silence, the end of the Reaper Scythe. They get the kill on the Zephyr. That's going to be the Shadow Demon dead first. They're chasing Karl to finally kill him off. They'll end his streak. 3 years down on the side of T1, and LGD are getting away with it. They'll go after 23. But with that Quelling Blade, he'll save himself.
And this is what we were saying at the start of the game. LGD, if they get this really great initiation, and well played by Army to get into a good position there, if they pop the global, the 2 supports do not do anything for the whole global duration until they get ways of dealing with it, right? And you see instantly in that fight that Omni just dies in the Wukongs. The Shadow Demon dies just before him as well.
Radiant's middle tower.
And really good targeting by LGD to find those supports first. Make sure they can kill them in the global duration. Now, I think it's up to T1 now to make something happen before this global's back up again, like we mentioned before. You want to try and fight before that big ult's available so the supports can have their full impact. I like this build from Arme as well on the Monkey King, going for the Echo Saber into the BKB. I think when you have this more like position 1 kind of hero mid and something like the Tinker, you want to be a bit more of a semi-carry.
Zephyr, he's going to drop to Y. Which is why I have now 12 permanent intelligence stolen.
Radiant's bottom tower is under
I can't believe Arme's managed to get away with that.
By the way, I do love that the tooltip still says Silencer will permanently steal 2, 4 with talent. Would you like to show me that talent, game?
Dire structures are fortified.
Sorry.
Oh, there's so many stupid things like that. I mean, I wouldn't even... Like, there's one on the Cottle tool, one of the tips as well that comes up on the, you know, when you pause. It's like, hey, you can use this recall, even though they changed the recall to the shard.
Also, by the way, I love the defense matrix. Do you know those like inflatable balls, or not even those, but the balls that they put the humans in, and like you get put in like the hamster ball, and you run at each other, and you bounce off each other when you're in them?
Speak up. The way you said it there, you made it sound like you're not human. Karl's gonna go on Jin Q here though in the top lane.
Get that kill.
Very dead.
Yeah,
oh, when they put the humans in the balls, you're speaking like you're something completely different. I love it.
Don't call me out like that. I'm definitely human.
Cuckoo's only level 10.
Reyna, that's going to come down, and now Faith Beyond going with the Reaper Sight to get the kill here on a Cuckoo. Back over in the bottom lane, they'll go to the Wukong's command, they'll go after 23. He's going to be slowed up, and Zhao 8 trying to get the kill here with the help of Ame. And while they've got the bashes, they'll have the damage, they'll get the kill, they'll take out this Sven, and the game, net worth-wise, still sitting pretty even.
Oh, they see Zephyr as well here.
Good boy. Boundless Strike after the Heavenly Grace. Now he's got the Disruption. The Zhao 8 charging. Does he want to commit all the way through? Global Silence committed. And that's
Karl's just by himself here.
Right there by the tier 2 by himself. He does have a haste though. Ooh, double stun. That's going to potentially lead to both kills. Oh, yeah.
Jesus.
And they'll at least trade White Mom, but wow, Karl kind of getting away with a lot there.
He had a haste
by himself, having that haste and then getting both supports. That feels great.
Yeah, I didn't realize he had the haste rune, otherwise it would have been a bit wacky to just get that TP into the bot tier 2 there, but he gets away with it because of the haste rune, and yeah, really sick split earth. Turns the fight completely. I will say that death on 21 Savage in the bot lane before is kind of setting back quite a lot here, and Faith Beyond's so farmed on this Necro. They really need to get
man.
They really need to get this like Shadow Demon Purge onto the Necro or something and find a way of blowing him up. It's not easy. And you can see both the supports have Lotuses queued up on the Radiant side as well, like we talked about, to help deal with the global. Honestly, if they can get to the late stage of the game where both these supports are going to be able to like finish that item off, I think they'll feel really good. In like the sense that like how their game should be able to, and their fight should be able to play out.
I think that Jinkyu just doesn't have boots at all. Ooh, BKB.
Oh my
killing
goodness.
Zephyr. Balance Strike coming in. They've also got the ult from Zhao 8. Using that Nether Strike to lock up White Mon. They'll get themselves 2. They're going to look with the arena as well as the spear that's going to be out of Jinkyu, but they've used the Wukong's command. BKB gets popped by Karl. They'll get the kill on a Jinkyu. Trade a 2-for-1.
23 Savage? Oh, he's okay.
Two for 1 there, and we continue to go back and forth. Ooh, Zhao 8.
Zhao's so fast. But you know who's faster? The Disco Pony.
He's trying to avoid that stun, hoping maybe he can charge, but unable to do so. Karl landing that stun.
Look at Shinkyu's net worth on the Tinker. Man, this guy's really struggling.
Ooh, 23. Reaper Scythe. Whoa. They're really trying to get that kill. Global Silence, Arcane Curse with the last word. It was doing a lot of damage to 23, but they've got the Heavenly Grace. They'll save them.
Oh, they were really hoping to hold that Reaper Scythe ever so slightly longer until the last word damage came out, but
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Probably would have ended up dead.
yeah, I think it would have been. They get away with it.
He's going Overwhelming Blink, so he's gone Radavetos with the Mech Hood Blink, Overwhelming Blink.
Yeah, I don't mind that though, if they can get to the backline quicker and try to deal with the supports, so even when they get the Lotus they have kill threat or something, right? So I think the Blink in itself is really good, but Overwhelming, we've seen LGD, didn't they pick this item up a lot yesterday? Can't quite remember.
They have 2 yesterday?
I think because they had one on the, they had a Centaur and a something else, I think.
Yeah, they picked up 2, I want to say. Radavetos, they'll have the charge. Stormhammer already used. There's the Balance Strike. They've got the Arcane Curse. They're going to slow him up and get an easy kill here onto 23. I say that, but the Guardian Angel, I spoke too soon. However, the charge finishes from Zhao 8. They'll finish off 23. They'll look with the Nether Strike. That kills off Zephyr. So Zhao 8's got a double kill going after Cuckoo. And, well, they should have a third. Radavetos, the charge from Zhao 8. The blink away.
He's
should
going
have
for
a
this.
third. Won't have a third. And I am speaking in definitive sentences that just almost happen to not be true.
I'm a bit disappointed he didn't try and complete the charge. I was really looking forward to it, but no, it is what it is. It's fine. Good fight for LGD though. They can't really move into the Roche pit, which is a bit unfortunate for them. They don't really have the lineup that can do the Roche very easily. And they have laser and stuff, which is fine, but I don't know. They don't really do the damage.
I want to see if he goes Ags next on Tinker.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Just shrinks, man.
I like the Shivas is really good. I think it gives you the wave clear as well because he hasn't gone for this shard. I'm really surprised. I thought he would, but we'll see what he goes for after. I think overwhelming blink on the Tinker as well with the Shivas is pretty ridiculous when you get to that point.
He's also holding the Philosopher's Stone.
Yeah, I mean, there's some of these cores that you can get away with it, the Philosopher's Stone.
Mid lane, Stormhammer not going to land. Now they've got the charge coming out of 23 as well as the Rod of Atos. They'll drop down the arena with the BKB pop by Ame. Gets that Jingo to go off. And now the right click's coming through with the Wukong's command, trying to get the kill here on a 23. Goes after Karl instead. Another strike. It's on 23. Stormhammer going to land on the 2. They've got the Reaper sight, but there's the disruption save. They'll save 23. He'll blink away. He gets out for now. But the rockets are flying in. The Rod of Atos is still going to land on a 23. They're going to continue to chase. They've got the Ghost Shroud. Rockets coming in. Whitemon in trouble. Here comes Ame. They'll at least get him. The Rockets hit Karl as he's in between the tier 4s, and 2 heroes will die on the side of T1 as LGD come out ahead.
Well played by Zephyr though. You see him holding the disruption, ready to save from the Reaper Scythe. They can't manage to get the Reaper Scythe up while the global's going on, unfortunately, so they do manage to save the Sven. Yes, they lose 2 heroes. It's still a great fight for LGD, but I think looking how that fight could have gone, do you want to be happy that it wasn't worse?
Let's go BKB next on Jin-Q.
Yeah, I think that's fine. I'm surprised. I think it's okay. Like, I don't really understand this new Tinker fully yet, so I think it's I find it really difficult to like comment about exactly what he should be building and stuff, right?
Especially when it's thought to be this support, but it's playing in a core role. Like, switches us off of that, and is he going Aetherlens and Octarine?
Who knows, B-Cop? Honestly,
We'll see.
no idea.
Oh, Jin-Q, he's in trouble. Goes up into the air, and he's going to be very dead.
He's going to really wish he had a BKB there. That would have been
Does he queue it back up?
I think every time you kill a Tinker like that on the map, it always feels so good though, right?
He's got level 4 in the defense matrix. It's 50 status resistance, where Heavenly Grace is 50% status resistance.
Oh yeah, what's the difference between 50 and 50%? Yeah, okay.
Yeah, and then you've got Spirit Breaker, who's got 70% status resistance with the Bulldoze. But that
what's the damage
with the Zorb defense matrix?
What's the damage block from the defense matrix? Is it like, I can't remember exactly what it is.
It's 320 damage absorb.
320. That's pretty good.
Always try to do some math here. Never leads to any answers though.
Bonds will break.
NA math.
Yeah.
So, Roche is still up here, and we haven't seen it taking it, but both these teams don't, like we were saying before, don't really take it that well. So they're kind of more focused on just shoving the lanes out and things all the time, trying to gain any kind of map control they can.
Well, 23 could take it, right? They need to win a fight,
Yeah,
I think, to feel comfortable going for it.
Especially against like Wukongs and everything as well.
Yeah.
Global. You'd probably have to end up popping God Strength as well, so like you say, you want to win the
given,
fight
right? Yeah. Oh. Ame Ame just feinting that boundless strike. It's like when the Sand Kings feint epicenter these days.
Oh god, I hate that new one.
Slapping the tail.
You know when you're in arena and you watch Dota Live and stuff, and you can hear the bass sounds like really heavily?
Yeah.
I can't wait for the epicenter cancel over and over again. It's going to be awful.
Just shake the arena. Everybody's just kind of like bouncing back and forth. Yeah.
The tree overgrowth was the funny one that I heard before. It was, yeah, that was good.
Beyond's almost got this overwhelming blink, just 300 gold away.
They're eyeing each other up a lot, aren't they? I mean, they're going to see this Observer Ward with the sentry they've just placed down, but T1 holding the high ground really well. They want to kind of force LGD into a position that they're not comfortable with.
Tower is under attack.
Ame with that long melee range will take the sentry out.
Really good discipline from both these teams, though. You can see how much they respect each other. And like the panel was saying before, they've played each other so many times now that... Oh, hang on, they're going in.
Yeah, that's Faith Beyond going in with the overwhelming blink. They've got the stun coming through on a Karl. Karl getting locked up with that nether strike. Chow going to get the kill on a Y, and Y's not going to be able to get anything really off afterwards. Chow 8 also falls with Faith Beyond. 3 zeros dead on the side of LGD. They go for Jingyu trying to get the kill into the Stinkers. The Wukong's command is going to be around these zeros on the side of T1, but they've already digging out 4 on LGD, and they'll lose everybody on LGD as a clean sweep comes through for T1. A 2K lead, a 5-man sweep, and they'll be going into Roche.
Really well played by T1. They managed to isolate and find the right kills first. Like, they kill the silencer straight away, right, which is the big one. And this Wukong goes down, but their damage output aside from that felt so lacking. Faith Beyond crazy to just go in first straight away, I think.
Yeah.
I don't think he's the guy you want to be initiating. Great arena, I will say, by Cuckoo as well. Sets up the whole fight not so nicely. And this Tink is kind of like within touching distance of the fight as well, which is not really what you want. So he's easy to just get on top of for Karl, gets the free use up into the air on the Tinker. And now all of a sudden, this is what I was saying, if you can get to this point in the game for T1 where your supports have the ways of dealing with global, they'll feel really good about the fights. And they're firmly in the driving seat now.
I kind of wonder if you would want Shard here on Tinker at this point.
At this point, I don't think you do anymore. There's probably just better items you want.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Sherry's... Okay.
Like, would you not want...
Everyone's invis.
I don't know, a fight that takes that long, just everybody standing and marching the machines like that? I guess that puts him in a bad spot.
March isn't a massive amount of damage, you know, like...
Yeah. Versus the BKB.
Karl's almost level 25 as well. 31 minutes into the game.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Yeah, the experience lead for T1 is probably massive at this point. At least it certainly feels that way. This is okay. I'm not sure if that's really effective, not hitting anything.
He's gonna be like, guys, why am I out of mana?
Okay. So he's picked up a casual soul booster and going into the BKB for Jinkyo.
I mean, I'm assuming he got the soul booster last fight and is now like, oh, I really need this BKB.
Alright, just finished it off. Why getting killed off there by 23?
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Fly's had a little bit of a struggle after a decent start, but he's going into the Ag, so he'll have the last word AoE, which could be pretty significant. However, I say that now, well, you've got no Y. They've got Ame trying to go after Karl for a second, but thinks about that, and, well, he's ready to pop BKB and get out of dodge.
Yeah, I think his Karl has Aegis there as well, right? So even if he gives his life, the Monkey King's going to die for it if he sticks around. So yeah, just not worth it for Ame. TP. At T1, they're going to be relentless here with this Aegis, though. They really want to try and get, you know, as much value as they can. You know, obviously.
Oh, Beat Beyond spotted with this warp from Whitemon. And they just rip right through him. They pop that God Strength, though.
And he has no buyback as well. T1 are going to go for this.
Yeah, and they're going to take the tower very quickly, if not the full set of racks. They've got God Strength. They've got Karl level 25, who's got the extra Diabolic Edict explosions. This is at least a set of racks. And they're going to bring it for an arena that doesn't catch anybody.
Or the charge giving vision for the Rockets.
Pops the BKB. Rockets coming in. They're going to go back onto the high ground. The global silence gets forced. Okay.
It's really tough. Oh, Savage just with the end of his BKB. Not getting hit by the Boundless Strike there. They want to try and catch somebody here, but you keep saying they don't really have the best catch to begin with.
Never heard this many Shivas go off at the same time like this. Except when I spam it in the demo lobby.
What are yours?
Ooh, all right, looking to get Karl, and they are going to catch him.
Do they have Wukongs?
With 30 seconds before his Aegis was set to expire, the overwhelming blink gets over to the side. That doesn't land on anybody, and now Faith Beyond might be in a little bit of trouble. The Ghost Shroud is going to be purged off thanks to the shard on the Sven. Stormhammer coming in. They've got themselves the Wukongs, but the Balance Strike doesn't land on anybody, and now it's just a defensive circle. There's the Ags for the Silencer, so now that last word's in an AoE, which could be quite nice because obviously he gets that extra silence multiplier. They do catch themselves Jin-Q, and he will not survive. He's only an Ogre Axe into that BKB.
Well played by Karl there, finding the vision with the Shivas.
That was genius! Pew pew pew!
It feels like when LGD's fights go badly, they look really bad. You know, like the Wukongs goes down, but like we said, the lack of catch means they can't really keep people in place for the Wukongs to do damage. And without the Tinker being up there, they're going to try and force the high ground, see if they can play for a buyback.
Touch the God Strength. George comes in from Jowie. They're going to go through. They've got the disarm, and now 23 over with God Strength. The Cleave doing so much damage to get the kill to Jowie. They look over Mame. They'll take out the Monkey King. No buyback. They buy back on Jin-Q, but with no Monkey King, this is a tough hold. They already got the tier 3, and now they're going to look at the set of racks. The charge comes out from Jowie, and now they've got the overwhelming blink coming out from Faith Beyond. They look for the Reaper sight, but the disruption saved once again. Zephyr on it, Spear lands, Faith Beyond, he's in trouble. Stormhammer hits, and they'll get the kill onto this Necro. Jowie can only just charge and hope, but Jowie now on the run, and he's killed too. 3 heroes did without buyback. Finally, Jin-Q takes out Whitemon, goes after Zephyr, has the lasers, the rockets, the Yules though from Karl, gonna land the stun, and well, there it is. They've got the last word as well as the arcane curse, but it's just why standing his ground, trying to do something with nobody else alive to help him out. That might just be the kill that gets the 2 Gs called from LGD. Although Zephyr, all right, well, he'll use that loaded sword. They'll get the kill. They'll take the set of racks up top. They still have a tier 2 to take over me, but they could go for the tier 4s. And with knowing that, LGD will call GG.
I respect the play from LG. You know, they want to try and fight on the high ground, try and get them before they're ready to fight on T1, right? Like you try